So Super Bowl yesterday, final score not super indicative of the game, as the game was it was indicative of how well Seattle played on defense, right. I thought. The game was definitely within reach, even into, was it 19-7 in the fourth? You know, so it felt like when New England scored there that they may have had a shot, but then May throws that interception. It's all pretty much over. That was one of the most dominant defensive performances I've ever seen in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what my man Hugh Dougie believe still.
Oh, yeah, whether defense is a luxury?
Defense is not a luxury. It is not a luxury, man. And that game yesterday, my goodness, I know a lot of people say it was a terrible game. It was a terrible game. And I guess in part it was because it wasn't as exciting as even I thought it would be. And I thought it would be a defensive back and forth. I just thought they'd be able to get in the end zone. I don't need to see 4 field goals through 3 quarters.
Yep.
Right? But like you said, it was 19-7, and New England got the ball back.
Yes,
they
there was
stopped
a 3 and
Seattle,
out.
got the ball back.
Yep.
19-7 with the ball, and I'm saying, maybe you could cover. At least just cover. Just cover. Score 10 more points. Yep. But no, Drake May. That offensive line for New England, man. I can't believe that Josh McDaniel didn't come up with a better game plan.
It just seemed like whatever. Well,
I didn't see a lot of motion. I didn't see any movement. And you got to get Drake May out on the edges.
Well, and he looked shell shocked too. And so I read an article this morning about what Seattle did defensively, and a lot of what they did, those corner blitzes, they haven't done in like 2 months. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure whatever they were preparing for, they were not prepared for that. Yeah. And then what they did was they blitzed a bunch in the first half, and then the second half they pull it back, and May is now completely and nobody knows what's coming. And that was a well played defensive game from Seattle, but an amazingly called defensive game as well, I thought.
Yeah, when you have for a guy like Josh McDaniels is more experienced than Mike McDonald.
Yes, he is.
Josh McDaniels has been in Super Bowls. He's won Super Bowls.
Yep.
I think they said he coached in 28 playoff games, I believe, something like that, as an offensive coordinator. So I was more surprised when you see constant 3 and outs. That means you're not doing something on the sidelines.
Right.
New England had way too many 3 and outs where they couldn't even get first downs. And I'm saying, man, where are the adjustments of something? And then Drake May, listen, you got to make throws when they're there.
He missed a few.
Yeah, it's like four throws that you needed to hit to extend drives or miss the big play down the field. But that game, you were going to need a perfect game from New England to win that game.
Yep.
And Seattle didn't even play their A game. They didn't beat you with their A game yesterday.
No.
Like, we've seen their A game. The A game is what they did to the 49ers. And
yes.
When they just throttle you with both sides, offensively and defensively.
Well, New England played pretty well defensively, too.
They did.
Darnold was running for his life a lot. I thought Darnold, the numbers were not super impressive. He made some big plays. The fact that he only got sacked once, I thought, was a testament to how he sort of navigated the pocket. He missed a couple of throws, too, but because they were so dominant defensively, it didn't, he missed that bomb to Shaheed. He missed the other one where JSN was broke free, missed those two. But overall, he made a few big throws. It got out of a couple of and
stood in the pocket and made some throws.
He did. He
stood in the pocket and made some throws.
He got hit. They were so ESPN ranked every with by DVOA, which is one of the all-encompassing stats, ranked all the Super Bowl teams overall. It ranked the 2025 Seattle Seahawks as the 3rd best Super Bowl winning team of all time. The 3rd best overall.
Probably because of the opponent they went up against. That has something to do with it.
What do you mean?
Like they dominated New England.
No, full season. Full season.
Oh. Yeah, really?
Yes.
3rd best team of all time?
Yeah,
3rd best.
Got to that.
3rd best. They had last year's Eagles as 40th. They had this
last year's Eagles is 40th.
Yeah, you take your little computer and shove it.
Well, I disagree with you guys on this one. Like Seattle had the number 1 defense in football this year, had the number 3 offense in football.
But it wasn't a historical defense.
No, but then in the playoffs they did the same thing. I mean, they
got shredded by the Rams.
Yes, but they scored. They still allowed 17 points per game in the playoffs. They scored 34. I mean, that's
I understand that
yeah.
they beat up a beat up 49ers team.
Sure,
they had nothing left, and they dominated New England that had nothing. I mean, they didn't dominate the Rams defensively.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't dominate the Rams defensively.
And I think that speaks to the Rams offense because that's really the only offense all year that put points or put yards on Seattle. So and I think the other thing from a quarterback perspective, like I don't think Sam Darnold's an elite quarterback. I do think Sam Darnold is in the same category as Jalen Hurts. I think they're in the same category of super. You can't the Darnold thing.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, you can't talk about him being a playoff choker anymore. Didn't choke in the playoffs. Played well enough. Won the Super Bowl. Won plenty of games. But it does show. And we were talking about this beforehand. Like there are a lot of football teams that competed for a Super Bowl this year that did not have elite quarterbacks.
Yeah,
you know?
I would say with Sam Darnold, where I would give Jalen the edge. Jalen has done it more consistently than Sam Darnold.
For sure.
It's a good year for Sam Darnold, but I don't know, what if Seattle's 10-7 next year and Sam Darnold's back to being Sam Darnold? You know what I'm saying?
Last year counts for Darnold too, I think.
Sure, but that's more of a choke job than anything impressive.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Sure. Did win 14 games last year.
Everybody in that division won 13 games and none of them won a playoff game.
Totally agree.
So that's all I'm saying. I'll judge you in the big games, on the big stage. He gets his props for this year. I'm just saying you got to do it. You got to do it again and do it again.
So you look at the teams in the Final Four. We had Denver, who did it with a second-year quarterback on a rookie salary. We had New England, who did it with a second-year quarterback on a rookie salary. We had the Rams, who obviously paid a lot of money for Matt Stafford and got MVP
and Devontae Adams
and got MVP production out of Stafford. And then you have Darnold, who they're paying I think $30 million a year or something, which is about half of what the top quarterbacks are making. So it does seem like, to your point about Hugh and defenses, that there is a way that teams are doing their best to build a great team. Now, if you have the opportunity to have a franchise quarterback, you pay him.
Sure.
But I think you have to wonder moving forward if you're better off using if you don't have a franchise level quarterback, if you don't have a top quarterback, if that money is better spent elsewhere and get somebody who can fit in as opposed to overpaying. I think the 49ers now, I think Brock Purdy's good, but the Niners are going to have to figure out whether Brock Purdy is really a $50 million quarterback or not.
And hell, they're about to get rid of Ayuk and Kittle's a little older.
Yep.
So,
And McCaffrey's on
older.
His last legs.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm with you there. It's the quarterback thing, we focus so much on it. And rightfully so. It's the glamour position in the NFL. But the smart teams that put together solid units, they play fundamentally sound football and give yourself a chance to win. Like, you're going to give yourself a chance. Like,
yes.
You can be in this thing because other than Brady and Mahomes, you can throw Stafford in there. I think Stafford is just now starting to get elite status. He wasn't elite in Detroit, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
How many elite quarterbacks are actually winning Super Bowls? Like,
it's just Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
since
Mahomes
Brady retired.
Like it's the elite quarterbacks somehow aren't necessarily ones winning the Super Bowl. Now, it doesn't mean their talent isn't elite, but it should symbolize or signify that you don't necessarily need an elite quarterback to go win a Super Bowl.
Well, I think what it does too, and you see this with Kansas City, is it forces you to cut corners on other positions.
Yep.
If you're going to make that payment to, and Brady never got paid as much as he could have gotten paid, but it forces you to cut corners in other spots, and it doesn't. To your point, I think those quarterbacks that we think of as elite are elite.
They're
I think
elite
they
talent
are
for sure. Yes,
but is that enough when And I think the game has changed. It's harder to throw the football now than it was 5 years ago. It just is. The way that the teams are playing defense, the way that they're disguising coverages, those sorts of things. So the Twitter question is, were this year's Eagles even close to that Seattle team? Yes or no? Now, I don't think they were this year's Eagles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, offensively they weren't. Defensively they were.
What do you think the poll is at?
I don't know if people are impressed with this Seattle team.
I don't think they are.
So I would say, but people are angry at the Eagles right now. So I don't know.
There's that too.
Yeah. So that means it's somewhere around 50-50. Let's go 54% says yes.
51% said
51?
yes. Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
nailed that one.
Yeah.
215-592-9490.
People didn't feel all that great about this Eagles team.
No.
Or that Seattle team. I think it was a down year for the NFL.
Because Mahomes wasn't in it.
But there was no great quarterbacks. I mean, May finishing second in MVP certainly doesn't look great today. But
it didn't look great all playoffs, big guy.
Now, hold on. Yeah. A lot of that was in the snow.
The schedule. Drake, the schedule, May.
And he had a hurt shoulder?
Yeah. Oh, did he? Oh, LeBron May.
Wow. Listen, he was in the injury report all week.
LeBron May.
He's doing the best he can.
LeBron May.
Doing the best he can.
Yeah. Oh, now we found out about the injury.
It was all week.
All right. He was feeling great. Well, Darnold was injured too. He had the oblique injury.
Obliques are easier than shoulders.
Right,
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
All right.
It was a down year for the league.
It was not a down
Yes,
year.
it was.
No, I just think
it was a down year for the league.
no.
And listen, wait till Houston wins next year.
Yes.
No,
that would be worse.
If C.J. Stroud plays the way that he did, we can't let that happen.
No.
We can't let that happen.